So let's talk about you deciding to leave Facebook. I mean, you just got done telling us that there was no hesitation in turning down $1 billion because the mission of building Facebook was so important.
Yep.
But you're not at the company anymore. Was there a point where you felt the mission was accomplished enough, or did you just get seduced by a new mission?
That's a bit of a leading question. No, I certainly don't think the mission is done enough. I do think my part in it had changed, and the story of Asana is basically that for the last year and a half I was at Facebook, I was working basically 100% of my time on internal communication tools, and part of the precursor to Asana is actually a task manager that I built for Facebook that gained ubiquitous adoption there and is still the thing that basically runs the company today. And so for me, the thought process was, I'd gotten to a place where I believed that building these tools was the most impactful thing I could do for Facebook. But I also believed there were other companies with important missions, and the tools were applicable to more than just Facebook. And finally, I could do a better job building them with a team dedicated to that purpose. So I was literally, one guy with kind of like half another engineer helping me, and we were iterating on this tool, and it was very specialized to Facebook, so you could cut a lot of corners, didn't need to scale. But ultimately, it was limited, and the feature request list was just growing out in front of us, and was never actually going to be accomplished with just a few people working on it. And so I thought, well, maybe it makes sense for Facebook to go into this product category and put a real engineering team on it and productize it, but very quickly decided that didn't make sense and was just mission creep for them, and Mark agreed 100%. So once I got to the end of that sort of reasoning, it basically just became something we needed to do, that Justin and I needed to sort of manifest this vision in the outer world. So every time somebody asks me why did you leave Facebook, they often sort of have these ideas built up in their head of maybe there were tensions, or maybe you didn't like it anymore, maybe it was a big company.
There's a big rumor that it was Cheryl. We
yeah,
should clear that up on stage.
Yeah, it wasn't Cheryl.
Because she happened to come in at the same time. And
yeah, Cheryl hates that rumor, by the way.
Yeah, because Dustin's like one of the most beloved people at Facebook, and I mean, it was a company that had a lot of tension and a lot of sort of warring factions at different points. But you were always the guy everyone liked, so it did not look good that Cheryl ousted you.
Yeah. Just poor timing on her part, honestly. So just to finish the thought, people, there are a lot of these possible answers, and the only one that I ever give, and the only one I think is true, is that I left Facebook to start Asana, and that's what I'm still doing.
How did you tell Mark?
Yeah, there's no easy way to get that message across. I just, called a one-on-one basically, and sort of worked out what I was going to say, and asked Annika's assistant to find some time for me, and then had that difficult conversation.
Were you nervous?
Yeah, of course. So yeah, I mean that was certainly one of the hardest things I've ever done.
What did he say?
He was disappointed. But I think he took it really well, and said he was going to support me in the next step.